duck. No, we're talking Daffy Duck. We've got our big Labor Day barbecue Looney Tunes coming up. So today it is
duck. Fire it up.
Here we go from the birthplace of American barbecue, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Beautiful day.
Jack Wabor, three-time South Carolina State champion, also does CarolinaPitmasters.com. I'm Bill West with BarbecueTricks.com, and we like to take a little break once a week.
Break.
And actually, we are in training for the big Labor Day party.
The big Labor Day Looney Tunes cook-off. We are going to cook all of the Looney Tunes characters we can think of. We've done pig candy. What else have we done?
We've done Rabbit.
Rabbit, yeah.
Bugs. We did the
Bugs.
Pig Candy, Bugs Bunny.
And we're going to do Daffy
Frog
Duck.
legs,
Frog legs, yeah.
Michigan J Frog legs, and now duck.
And then I think on Labor Day weekend we're going to wrap this thing up with foghorn leg.
The whole
deal. The whole thing.
All right, so show me how you do this. This actually came, when you get duck, is there a trick to it?
Well, duck is, hold on. Edit. Duck is fairly easy to cook. It's poultry. This particular duck comes to us from a grocery store, no problem at all. Always available during the holidays. So all we need to do is break into it and get it open.
The thing with duck, what makes duck different than chicken?
Duck is all dark meat. There's no white meat on a duck. It's all dark meat, and it's very fatty. There's a lot of fat in the duck.
Well, in the barbecue world, we love that because it keeps things
moist. That's right. But we're going to have to go ahead and treat the fat. We want to get the fat out of the duck. So we have to go ahead and make sure that we skewer the duck in such a way as for the fat to drain out of it. Otherwise, all it will do is be rubbery and kind of, I don't know, nasty critter. And we don't want it to be nasty. We want it to render all the fat out that we can.
I mean, we're talking normal, like chicken just has,
a little bit of fat
centimeter
of.
This is a little different?
That is the orange sauce right there. Most of the ducks that you buy come with the sauce already ready to go. However, as we all know, ducks take on good fruity flavors. So you want to make sure that, this is the orange sauce that goes with it. It's good. You could use plum, peach, apricots, whatever it is.
So yeah, when a chicken comes with liver and gizzards inside, does a duck?
Duck does.
Oh, it does. I mean, I know.
So we just took the neck out.
I didn't know if it was too.
We're going to fish around in here. That's the liver right there. That makes good pate.
That's what I've heard.
There's the gizzard or the heart. I'm not a real anatomy kind of, great anatomy guy.
So ducks are in your Publix and your regular grocery store.
Yeah, they're in your regular grocery store, and always in your stores around the holidays, because some people don't like to necessarily do turkey during the holidays, but they'll do game birds. Let's drain it, get everything out of it that we can, and we'll switch pans.
All right.
Knife, thank you. Looks just like a chicken, no problem at all. It has this flap right here. I keep this flat on whenever I do a duck.
What's that called?
It's just where the neck comes through.
Oh.
So it's just a flat. And you can see there's a lot of fat on here, especially down around the wings and underneath the thighs right here. See all that fat right in here, Bill? Very fatty kind of bird. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple of incisions. We're going to make an incision right here behind on the wings in the fatty part.
So, and what you're saying is the key is to get this thing to render and
and what we're doing right here is we're creating vent holes for the fat to render out of, and you can see right up over here. There's a whole lot of fat right in this line too. So we're going to kind of pinch the skin a little bit, make an incision, and we're going to make sure that we don't get into the meat. And there's a long way to go. Look in there, Bill. See how thick the fat is in there.
You got a good bit.
There's a good bit in there. So we'll make an incision here, and we'll make another incision right here.
And there's another technique to, like, just prick it with like a pin?
Yeah, and we're going to do, well, they recommend a fork, but I'm not necessarily going to say that's a great thing. So we make our incisions.
You said you tried the fork and it just doesn't.
The skin was too tough for me. I really couldn't get it to work right. I'm going to work my finger up in there. I'm going to work my finger up in here real good and get myself a nice little flat pop there and work myself into this one. And then I'm going to take some ginger and some garlic, and I'm just going to insert it in the holes right here and right here. And that is just going to make it really, really tasty. Here and here. And then I'm going to cut this garlic up a little bit. And it looks mighty tasty. 1, 2 times.
What are the biggest ways people, I mean, how do they have it? Just as a whole or a half duck?
Yeah, you could cut this in half. You could use it. You could cut it in half and spatchcock it just like you would a chicken. It's a piece of poultry. There's no secret to it. And all I'm doing here is adding flavor, because the flavors are going to kind of work their way around inside the duck, and we're going to make it taste. Hopefully that garlic and that ginger will make it taste good.
Is it more popular some places than others?
I can't say that's true. Then I go ahead and bend these wings back like this, so I have myself a nice little spot on the grill to be able to
just, you know, kind of
rest it up on, just like you would a chicken. And then I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to poke holes in it, all on the underside, just like this. Now you want to be careful when you're poking here not to pierce the meat too much, because you don't want to drain all you want to do is drain the fat. You don't want the fat to come out of the meat. And you poke it just all over it.
And right there is the backbone.
And like I said, a lot of people, right on down the backbone. A lot of people use a fork for this, but like I said, I couldn't get a fork to work real well. So I'm creating vents. And I looked at this. I looked at the duck pretty good the other day.
And this is where you got some heavy duty.
I see it all on there. That's heavy duty. And if you look at it real good, Bill, it looks like it's already been pierced. See it there on the skin?
Yeah.
It looks like maybe they already ran a fork into this and along the breast here. But just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and run my knife in here.
And there's no sense in rubbing much on there, because at this point it's a wetsuit,
Yes,
right?
it is. That's exactly what it is. And then I pull this fat out right here. And then I cut a little hole here and here. You got to be careful now because we're using a knife. And then I truss it. I pull this up over top. And I stick it through the hole like this.
Ah, I see a little.
And then I take this one and I truss it up over top like this and stick it through the hole.
So it basically gets cross-legged.
So it gets cross-legged.
And cooks
that
evenly.
right there is just about ready. If we get some rub, do we have any rub around anywhere?
Get that over there. Let me get it. I'm working wireless.
Oh, you want to use the hot stuff too?
Sure, why not?
We've been using this mango habanero rub for the last couple of weeks, so we might as well just continue to use it. We're just going to use just a basic rub. No, no flashy, no nothing. Something we picked up. This was brought to us by the people at Buzz's Butt Dust.
And again, this isn't going to get in the meat at all unless you get some inside. But
it'll go. Maybe we'll drop some down in the cavity here just for giggles.
But there's different ways. You could slow smoke this.
You could. When you
could
slow
you do
smoke
beer
it,
can?
Yes, you could. When you slow smoke it, you have to be careful that the skin, you render all the fat out of the skin, because if you don't, then everything gets rubbery. So the secret to duck is to render all the fat off from underneath the skin. The skin will be thin and crispy when you're done with it. 325, if you can get your grill 325, that's about the right temperature.
So that's essentially the trick, is getting that skin crispy.
Getting that skin crispy, that's what makes duck duck.
All right.
And
the grill is actually a good way to do it.
The grill is a good way to do it. That's the way we're going to do it. I would suggest that you do it offset. I wouldn't do it direct.
Go and take it up there. And while you're taking that up there, we'll throw it on and just get it ready to go.
Let's take a look at the Great Plates,
We'll take a look at some Great Plates here. Great Plates coming in. Take a look at this thing. 2 butts to make pulled pork for my daughter's graduation. Thanks, Jason Halling in Indiana.
That looks wonderful. Look at that.
Looks nice.
Man, that looks good.
Next one up, Bob Hunter. Thanks, Bob.
Bob.
Hickory smoked turkey with apple cider spritz. Also with onion and beer and chicken bouillon in a water pan. Have you done bouillon? I hadn't thought of that.
Bouillon in a water pan. I haven't thought about that. That's a good idea.
Cooked low and slow on a Brinkmann smoker. appreciate that.
Yummy.
And then look at that, Craig Stover. A nice brisket. He says they smoked it on his Brinkman for about 14 hours. Consisted of black pepper, sea salt, brown sugar, crushed red pepper, paprika, adobo seasoning. He wrapped it in foil, then covered it with towels in a cooler for a couple hours.
I'll tell you what, I got to admire anybody who can run a Brinkman smoker for, what do you say, 20 hours?
That's a long time.
That's a long time with a Brinkman smoker. Congratulations, you did a great job.
Good stuff. You want to send us your great plates? Easy to do. Just GrateTV.com/submit.
Yep.
Or email them to us, Jack at GrateTV and Bill at GrateTV.
Bring in the duck. This thing set on the grill, 325, about 2 hours. Look at that. It couldn't be nicer. Man. You know, I have never seriously been successful in cooking a duck.
You have now?
So should we cut it open and take a look?
Let's take a look.
Let's go ahead and cut off the...
How would you, I mean, so you'd serve this as a half a duck? Or
I would.
Medallions?
I'd cut it into quarters is what I would do.
Since we're GrateTV, I'm going to get a drumstick.
Yes, you are. Here you go.
Thank you.
And I'm going to get the other drumstick. Uh-oh.
So here's a little one step in the way to getting our Looney Tunes Labor Day cookout going. Take a look.
Look at that. Man, that looks good.
We've done Daffy.
Daffy.
Next up,
Foghorn and Leghorn.
Chicken. We're going to put it all together next week.
That's right.
Come back and check out GrateTV and submit your vote.
Hey gang, buy local, think global, stay sustainable, and every chance you get, hug your mama. That's the best Daffy I can do.
Good. Perfect.